This is report exercise 1, revenue by client by product report. Using our test database, you are going to take what you've learned so far and design a fairly complex report. Here are the tables involved: the revenue underscore transaction table, customer table, product table, and office table. This is where knowing your database comes in handy. You really need to understand the relationships in these tables in order to join them effectively and know what you can and cannot join effectively. However, I've decided to help you out here. Otherwise, it's kind of a pointless exercise. The joins are as follows. Join the revenue transaction client number to the customer client num field. Then join the revenue transaction prod number to the product prod number field. Then join the revenue transaction site to office num field. Normally your DBA or system expert can help you with these relationships, so in your own case, if you don't have one of those guys, you've got some work to do. The fields you're going to pull in are revenue underscore amount and revenue date. Then you're going to pull in client, then you're going to pull in description, group, and division. Since this is a small database, I'm going to let you figure out which fields belong to which tables. It won't take you very long. Just looking at the screen in the Select Expert or the Report Wizard shouldn't take you more than 5 seconds. Continuing right along, now we come to the purpose of the report. That helps you define almost the layout, the grouping, and the other elements you're going to need. You're going to show the revenue amounts by client, by product group, and by description, but only for the years 2005 and 2006, and only for the East and West divisions. This requires you to use different types of filters and to group multiple levels. Last but not least, the design and layout. You're definitely going to want to use grouping. You can either do that in the report wizard or after the fact, it's up to you. But I also want you to highlight those values less than 500K for a given client. The actual overall design and look are up to you. For this purpose, you don't really need to show the actual detail. But just keep in mind some of the tips we discussed earlier about the eye being able to follow the data, especially in multiple levels and multiple groups. As they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I'm going to leave this up to your own sense of artistic ability or design. Unfortunately, I myself have never won any design awards, but that hasn't stopped me from creating at least somewhat decent reports. So, hopefully, you can take what you've learned up to this point and create this report here. Now, keep in mind, I know we haven't gone over joining 3 tables, 4 tables, but really, joining those are pretty much almost the same as joining 1 or 2. You just have to understand the relationships between all the tables. In the next lesson, we'll cover the solution to this report exercise. In this movie, we're going to cover the solution to report exercise 1. From Crystal Reports, go ahead and create a new report. We're going to create a new connection, and from here you could choose Direct Access or ODBC. From here you choose your data source and click Finish. From here we chose the tables we needed. In this case, Customer, Office, Product, and the revenue transaction table, and click Next. From here we clear the links. As we've explained before, Crystal does have an auto linking function, but only works if the field names to link on are identical throughout all of its tables and its relationships. Now in real life that's not always the case. Next we pick our kind of main table. It's important to have a table from which you're pulling your main set of data. This is usually the transactional table or the table that holds the revenue, depending on the purpose of your report. I put that one first and then just align the rest as I see fit. These supplementary tables don't have to go in a specific order. The next piece here is very simple. We're going to join revenue transaction client number to the customer client num field. To join, if you recall, we click and hold down the mouse on the field we want, such as this case, prod number, and we join it to the table of the corresponding field, in this case product prod number. Then we take site, hold down the mouse, drag it to office num from the office table, and release. And that's the joins as we've defined them in the exercise. Go ahead and click Next. Here we choose the fields we need to display and use. In this case, from the customer table, let's go ahead and choose client. From the office table, let's go ahead and choose division. From the product table, we need both group and description. From the revenue transaction table, we need revenue amount, and we need revenue date. Then we hit next. Next is our group by. Now, according to the exercise, we need revenue by client, by product group, and product description. So this is fairly straightforward. We choose client, we choose product group, and we choose the product description. And hit next. This is where Crystal automatically finds a field it can summarize and inserts into the report for us. In this case, this works, so we're going to leave it. Go ahead and click next. We're going to skip this section, as well as skip this section. Next, we arrive at the filter fields. From here, we needed to choose division. So we pull over division, and instead of is any value, we say is one of. In this case, we use the drop-down box to define east, and the drop-down box to define west. The last filter required, we just needed the years 2005 and 2006. So we go ahead and pull that over, highlight the field so we can start modifying it. And in this case, we're going to choose something a little bit different. Kind of left this on your own to figure out, but it's fairly obvious once you think about it. I'm going to use the isBetween function. IsBetween works great with dates. In this case, it's 1/1/2005 at 12 a.m. all the way to 12/31/2006 at 11:59 p.m. This is a good little tip for you when you're working with dates and timestamps. If I had just put 12/31/2006 there, I would have essentially skipped that entire day, for any transactions happening past 12 a.m. on the 31st would be excluded from the data pull. Something to keep in mind. From here, I'm going to go ahead and finish, and voila! I have a basic report set up by Crystal's report wizard. I have my client, my product group, and my product description field. From here, I'm going to go to my design view, and I'm going to suppress my group header 2 and my group header 3. I'm also going to suppress the details and preview. Now this gives me my client and then its product group and the specific product pertaining to said group. From here, I need to do something a little bit different. I'm going to right click on my group header 1, go to my section expert, choose color, and give it some color. This helps break up the groups as you go along. One of the last things that we needed to do was highlight those clients less than $500,000. Or it could be any amount, really. It's up to what you're looking for. In this case, we're going to find the AHARTS summary, which is this one here. It's in my group footer 1 field, also GF1. Right click on that field, go to my highlighting expert, and I'm going to click on new condition. When this field is equal to, no, when this field is less than or equal to, I put 500,000, and I'm going to choose the background color to be red and press OK. Now, as you can see, as I scroll down, all those clients with less than $500,000 are highlighted in red. This could mean that I need to check these out or figure something out why. Could also mean I need to adjust my condition. As of course you go down, you'll find clients that aren't highlighted because they've met the condition. The Plaza Gaijin, for example. As for the rest of the format, it's really in the eye of the beholder. I leave that to you. I can't tell you what's wrong or right any more than I can tell you that red is a better color than blue. It's going to depend on what you're going to use this for and how you want to present it and how you want the eye and the audience, the receivers of the report, to view it. Hopefully this exercise has helped you build a nice base in how to create simple basic reports and kind of open the door to the potential possibilities for you to test certain functionality out and see if it works for you.